Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
Why do you think people think they know themselves, but then when you really get down into it, they really don't know themselves?
Well, I mean, think about it, right? So, let's talk about, young kids, right? So let's say like maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, so you know enough about life to know you have a pimple on your face and that people are going to judge you, right? So when you're 3 and 4, if you think about in the Bible, they say, act like a kid.
Yeah.
Because you don't care if you have a pimple on your face. You got dirt in your mouth. You're running around. You're doing all that. And so, do you really need to know yourself when you're young? No, because you're just doing and being and whatevering, But as you get older, you start to realize, like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, if I'm really this way, if I'm knowing myself in this way, and that's extremely negative, then most people don't want to admit that, let alone do the work into it. We've talked about patterns of change and different things of that nature.
Yeah.
So what do? They go, I'm not an alcoholic, right? I mean, I've talked to my friends before, and I'm like, dude, you're an alcoholic. And they're like, no, I'm not. And I said, dude, there's several types of alcoholics. There's a person that drinks maybe once, a month. But once they start drinking, they can't stop until they're plastered on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, who wants to admit that?
Right.
Who wants to admit? I mean, I don't want to admit that I'm getting my butt kicked on overeating.
Right.
I don't want to admit that. Right? I mean, I've been successful at almost everything in my whole life I've beat. And I cannot figure this out to this point. Now, I will figure it out, but to this point. Well, who wants to say that to themselves, let alone to, the 3 views we're getting on YouTube, right? So what happens is that we play tricks and we start to suppress these things about who we are, or we inflate, like you were saying, you and I, we used to watch American Idol, the family. Yeah. And those people would get on there and can't sing a lick. Like, I can sing better than you and I can't sing a lick. And they really thought they were good. Yeah. And you're like, wow. So I think there's the extremes of not admitting, of who you are and knowing yourself, and then thinking that you're all that in a bag of rocks or chips, as my mom always says, a bag of rocks, which we laugh at. And so I think it's usually people are on the poles on that. And I play it right down the middle. I'm like, this is who I am. I am flawed. I already know that I'm done because that Bible's told me I'm done. And so then why am I, I have a lot of opinions, but I don't judge anybody else. Who am I to judge? I'm dung. That's crap. Yeah. In case anybody know what dung is, right? So if I'm crap, how am I going to judge somebody else? Oh, well, you're crap too, but your crap smells better than my crap. It's perfumey. Right. Is that a word? Perfumey? Yeah. Crap. And so I think it's usually the polls on why people either don't know themselves or think they know themselves and they really don't. Because who would want to admit that they're getting their butt kicked? Yeah. I don't. Right. And I'm ultra competitive. But even if you're not ultra competitive, you don't want to admit your downfalls or the things that you're bad at. Who wants to come out and say, hi, I'm Jim, I'm a child molester, or I have a porn addiction, or whatever. Right. And it's bad enough if it's only, hurting you. Yeah. But if it's also hurting others, like my eating doesn't per se hurt you, right? Now, if I don't get it straight and it takes my life earlier than I was supposed to go, then it could hurt you. Yeah. Or maybe you just get a bunch of money and you'll be happy. But, it really doesn't hurt you. But if I have a porn addiction that says I'm going to go cheat on my wife, well, that hurts her and it hurts the whole family. Because probably there's going to be a divorce. And, it goes on and on. And that's why I always like to say, what's going to happen, 19 ripples down the road when the pebble hits? So as my 23-year-old son, when he does a gainer off of, you're like, you thought I was off of that. I'm not, right?
Off a small house.
I don't care, right? Was it a dog house? No, it was an actual house. It was a small house. But anyway, so I think that people just don't want to face it. And,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with facing it, both the good things I do and the bad things. But, you know, I don't care what that person says about me.
Mhm.
I'm already my worst critic.
Yeah.
So if you want to call me a donkey or a jackass or whatever, I'm like, whatever.
Mhm.
You know, as long as you're not calling my wife or kids that, then, you know, or
Yeah.
my peeps, which
My
is
peeps,
a
yeah.
bunch, 47 million or whatever, it is, you know,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Absolutely. Gotcha.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
Well, yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna be a ring dinger.